Hello everyone, my name is Xiao, but you can just call me Ling, which is my developer name on GitHub. I'm the CEO of White Matrix. It is a great pleasure for me to have this online session with all our friends. Today my topic is From Blockchain to Metaverse. I will start with a brief self-introduction so you guys can know me a little more. I'm currently the director of Yangtze River Blockchain International Innovation Center and the CEO of White Matrix. I pursued my bachelor's and master's degrees at the University of Alberta from 2010 to 2015. In 2019, I collaborated with Dr. Wei Cai and our manuscript, an interoperable avatar framework across multi-games and blockchains, was accepted to the top-ranked conference, IEEE InfoComm 2019 demo session. In 2020, I was awarded the first prize in China Blockchain Development Contest. I also do some research in the field of blockchain, and I have been invited to give public lectures and seminars at many universities, such as the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Peking University, Nanjing University, and Tsinghua University in the last 3 years as a result. Last but not least, I'm also a coder, a dApp designer. I have created several dApp games, and I have extensive experience designing smart contracts. Okay, that's enough about me. Next, I will tell you some cool things about White Matrix. White Matrix is a technology company that specializes in the research and development of blockchain middleware technology and global developer ecosystem. ChainIDE was developed by White Matrix. It is a cutting-edge cloud-based blockchain integrated development environment that supports blockchain ecosystems such as Ethereum's Flow and Binance Smart Chain. White Matrix has raised 4 rounds of financing, totally around $50 million from several companies. ChainIDE enables users to quickly invoke, query, develop, and deploy the underlying blockchain system services through simpler settings and commands. As of November 2021, ChainIDE has assisted developers in more than 185 countries with over 8.5 million smart contracts compilation services and 70 million blockchain middleware flows worldwide. As the main flow entrance, ChainIDE intends to facilitate developers to explore new territory in the world of blockchain for easier flows and more innovations. Up till now, ChainIDE supports Facebook Dime, N-Chain, Ethereum's, Fiscal Beacons, Flow, Hyperledger, Fileloop, and 10 more significant blockchain infrastructures. So we are proud of the global developer ecosystems that we have developed. We offer free 8 weeks comprehensive courses on masterclass to developers across 40 countries in Africa, thus establishing a connection with local developers and communities on the continent. The masterclass course have a view of more than 100,000 on YouTube and has helped more than 1,000 African blockchain developers, thus incubating more than 50 blockchain projects. We co-host the BMDS 2021 webinar with University of Alberta to explore issues relating to data science of blockchain and multimedia. Professors from UBC, UA, and CUHKSC, and industry experts from Citibank, White Matrix, Best Buy, and AltaML jointly held a 3-day seminar with more than 30 students' projects on display. We present our technology and developer ecosystem to the G20 Young Entrepreneurs Alliance. We have also made connections with thousands of smart contract designers in Indonesia and Singapore. We continually exert ourselves as building up a worldwide blockchain developer ecosystems with the belief that developers will bring about countless innovations and practical applications to this industry. Next, I want to talk about NFTs and the Metaverse today. The cute kitties you see now are called crypto kitties. This was the first step in the world that allowed people to have a cat on the blockchain. The technology behind these cats is called ERC-721. It is a standard for creating and trading NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. CryptoKitties was widely successful, and after that, NFTs boomed in the world. Big names are hyped about NFTs. One recent example is the Olympic NFT made by Play and Flow, which is the official NFT collections for Tokyo 2020. IOC published the Olympics Heritage Collection NFT in 2021 on June 17th. The main theme is traditional Olympics art designs. They are split into common, real, epic, legendary 4 levels and with different prices. All of the NFTs sold out within 24 hours. For myself, I also joined these NFT pre-sales. So I remember I used USDCs and Visa, two methods to get the Olympic NFTs, and the whole process swift. We also have seen TikTok publish an NFT announcement in the New York Times. Facebook changed its names to Meta and become a Metaverse company. Microsoft said all tech companies will get into Metaverse and show the world their Metaverse project Mesh. There are too many cases. I will use the rest time try to answer 3 questions nowadays. The first one is, why do we need the Metaverse? To answer this question, I first want to introduce what the Metaverse is. Metaverse was coined in Neil Stephenson's science fiction novel Snow Crash, where humans as avatars interact with each other and the software agents in a 3D dimension virtual space that use the metaphor of the real world. The novel is really interesting, but it is very thick and take me a lot of time to finish reading. If we want to get some visualizations to see what the metaverse will be like, the 2081 film Ready Player One is a great visual interpretation of the metaverse. So why do we need the metaverse? Let's think deeper about these questions. It is a well-known fact that the resources on the earth are limited. Many of our precedents have tried to find new market in the past 100 years. If not, there are cruel battles and conflicts for the involute market. In the age of explorations, the European seafarers tried to convince the kings to give them money so they could build ships and explore the sea. They also brought some rumors such as the City of Gold. If they can find the City of Gold, all European people will be wealthy. This is one way that they try to find a new market. Of course, we know they didn't find the City of Gold, but they did find a new market in the end. New trading routes were established and many new opportunities arose. Many people my age may play the game called Uncharted Waters. The game is set in the age of explorations. Now this story continues. We see SpaceX and the exploration of the space. If we find a new terrestrial planet, then all of the people on Earth will be happy. Some friends may say, okay, I agree with your point, but why most people are happy in the past decades? We feel the global recessions when coronavirus happened, but before that, everything is so cool. So this is because of the internet boom we have had in the past decades. We have seen a lot of big names come out at the boom, such as Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. Now, these big companies have access to the international market and they provide services worldwide. This is also a brand new market and most internet companies boomed in the last few decades. Nowadays, many internet companies also feel anxiety and looking forward to have the new market. This is because the internet services have already connected everywhere, which means there will be battles for the involute market again. So how to create an everlasting new market? To move from a limited market to an unlimited market, we need a paradigm shift. This is where Metaverse should jump in. The Metaverse can create unlimited experience with really low marginal cost, which is code. If we can create a Metaverse, it can provide billions of people with knowledge, opportunity to collaborate, entertainment, and the real world will only need to generate electricity. This will create an incremental market because we can create everything with code. In recent years, there haven't been any sufficient technology breakthroughs and the world is unstable again. We see tense situations between countries and a turbulent world economy. This implies that we are in a global recession now. We really need to build the metaverse to create an incremental market. The second question will be, why does the metaverse need blockchain? In 2015, The Economist published an article named The Promise of the Blockchain. It tells about the operating logic behind Bitcoin and blockchain and what role this trusted machine can play in the future. I agree on this article, and we will start from this point. We all agree we need to build the metaverse. So the key question is, which type of metaverse do we want to build? The first one is just like Tencent proposed. It is a lifelike virtual reality on the internet. I think most of the big companies and big names want to build this type of metaverse. This kind of metaverse is immersive and lifelike, but it is still controlled by big names. There is one example I can use to explain the point. No matter how realistic this kind of metaverse is, you probably cannot play games from their competitors in this metaverse. This is just like a closed systems. If you want to use an application from another company, you need to log out and use another platform. The other kind of metaverse is a blockchain-driven metaverse. In the blockchain industry, everything is connected. There is a distributed ledger that contains all of your cryptocurrency transactions data. There are smart contracts that can have Turing-complete logic and store your game assets such as NFTs. All dApps can get into about your NFT, and your equipment can be used in multiple games and applications. There is a huge difference inside this story. A blockchain-driven metaverse is an open, interoperable, and connected world. So the third question will be how we build the metaverse. Here I propose 3 elements to get the genesis of the metaverse. The first element is perception. The perception is the first layer we percept the metaverse. There are a lot of opportunities inside this area, such as VR, AR, MR, game engine, ray tracing algorithms, render algorithms, and brain-computer interface, and etc. The second layer will be regulation. This is the layer where blockchain should jump in. In the open connected metaverse, all the main rules should be transparency and auto-executed. If there is no blockchain involved in, we can only build isolated world with closed ecosystems. Blockchain means Web 3.0, means open source native, means connected. The third layer will be mass production. I always think the mass production should be 5G, 6G, IoT, edge computing or something. Now, I really believe the mass production should be UGCs and AIGCs. In the future, AI will help us generate fantastic metaverse, and we can learn, we can create, and we can enjoy the endless world in the metaverse. So I want to look back and see the metaverse projects nowadays. Of course, we see the TikTok publish an NFT announcement, and we see Facebook change its names, and also we see Microsoft. Actually, the interesting thing is behind the TikTok published NFTs, they actually have the collaborations with Immutable X, and Immutable X and TikTok collaborate together to publish the creators in their platforms and help them to build up their own NFTs. We see this is a collaboration between the centralized world and the decentralized world. We also see other approach from Metaverse Seoul. So Seoul want to build their whole city as a Metaverse infrastructure. So every people can visit Seoul in the Metaverse and also enjoy their city sightseeing. And also they will provide their infrastructure abilities to more developers, help them to build up the Metaverse Seoul. I think this is very interesting. We also see projects like CityDAO and also Miami Coins. So we see the mayor of Miami to announce why they want to build up the Miami coins. And also they said, he said in the future, the citizens of Miami may get their tax returns and the medical services through Bitcoins or Miami coins. I believe in the future, many cities may follow this logic and also try to issue their own tokens to build up everything online. Because in the future, I think most people will be metaverse cities, and also they will need people to help them to build up their cities through the DAO organizations or other online virtual organizations. I mean, this is very important. I also think the mayor of New York also try to announce that their project to also bring back the center of the Bitcoins and also the center of the cryptocurrency. So I believe in the future, maybe New York will also issue their own tokens. And the next one is Flow and NBA Top Shot. We see NBA is very popular worldwide, and we see a Flow is the infrastructure that can help the centralized world to publish their NFTs. So there's one interesting fact is, so Flow is the team that creates the cute kitties we just mentioned, which is the crypto kitties, and they are also Vancouver companies at first, and now become decentralized and international companies around the world, and they help NBA Top Shot to issue their NFTs, and also they help the Olympics. I remember, yeah, they also help the IOCs to publish the Olympics NFTs. And for the blockchain-driven metaverse, we also see many interesting projects such as Sandbox, Decentraland, and CryptoVoxels. I think these three projects are very popular nowadays, so I will not introduce them into details. If you are interested, you can also go through and check with their website. And for more blockchain-driven metaverse, we see a lot of metaverses are still under constructed, but they are very interesting. For example, Matrix World is really a good friend of ChainIDE, and we see they want to build up a multi-chain metaverse. That means for the users, they can try to buy Flow's NFTs from Flow inside the metaverse, and they can also try to interact with Ethereum steps through their MetaMask inside the Matrix World. So everything behind this one is called middleware technology, and they do attract a lot of users. And I think they just finished their pre-sale and they get really good results. And we also see the Blocktopia, and it is also an immersive metaverse. And we see a lot of new blockchain-driven metaverse projects boom recently. I believe in the future, the blockchain-driven metaverse will be a final solution for all the world. Because for a single one metaverse, that will not be compatible with the centralized metaverse, because we all know the Facebook and the Microsoft, they can provide more money and they can build their own metaverse and very realistic. But for the blockchain-driven metaverse, we can get everything connected. We can see people with CryptoPunks, and we can also see people with Meebits. They can jointly and get into the metaverse and create their own UGC NFTs and their buildings. I mean, everything is connected, and we can co-create the whole multi-metaverse together. I think as a whole, we can be the centralized metaverse, and that will be the whole world to migrate from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. So here is my topic today. Thank you very much.